And boom, monkeys, welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel with episode numero 32 for tacos and kimchi, bro. Eventful week. Super Bowl was had yesterday, bro. We had some funny shit happen there, bro. And the markets, bro, with this president, who knows which way it's gonna go, Twinkie? Who knows which way it's gonna go? What about your end, man? How's it going with you, bro?
Just chilling, man. I did not watch the sports ball event. Was it last night? Last night, like I was like, oh yeah, Super Bowl, whatever. Like it just can't be bothered. Personally, got other things I'm working on. Let's say trying to cultivate some daisies, during my spare time. And if you don't know, you soon will. Just stay tuned, out there. More information to come on some of these things. Outside of that, yeah, definitely watching some macro stuff and just trying to, get a bunch of personal shit done, man. It's been one of those weekends.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. I have been running around this entire fucking week, bro, all over the fucking place, dude. I am fucking tired, Twinkie. My ass needs to get to the fucking gym sometime fucking soon, dude. Definitely. Well, I know you didn't cover too much of the Super Bowl yesterday, bro. I mean, went to a barbecue with my friend, bro, and I was chilling there, bro. I did see that Donald Trump showed up on scene, bro. He got cheered, and this Miss Swift. She did not, bro. She actually got fucking booed, bro. And speaking of which, and speaking of politics and Trump, bro, Doge has been tearing some shit up, dude. And I'm not talking about the coin. The coin's about to start ripping as well, dude. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a little background noise over here on my end, so just trying to find the mute button. But yeah, I know they've been uncovering all sorts of waste and potential fraud and sketchy spending and the like. And what's interesting to me is seeing how many people are upset about, like, somebody made this analogy. Kudos to whoever did it. I apologize. I can't remember the name of like the Twitter person I saw it from, but it's like, it's like if you go into, like, you get a hold of your girl's phone and you flip through and be like, yo, you're cheating on me, right? And she's going to get mad at you for an invasion of privacy. But it's like, yo, you're cheating on me. This is the equivalent we have with Doge right now and covering all this shit. Like, people are getting super pissed off that they're uncovering all this stuff and digging around these records, not infuriated about the wasteful spending and fraud and just the uber sketchiness of where you, as the American taxpayer, where your dollar's going, my dollar's going, because it certainly ain't going to average everyday Americans and helping people out.
Yeah, I tell you that much, bro. As a matter of fact, I think today, bro, today it was uncovered. Elon Musk mentioned on Twitter, bro, that a decent amount of money, bro, millions of dollars, bro. I think 52 million somewhere on there, bro, went to freaking to get illegals in doggone freaking like luxury hotel rooms in New York or something of that nature, bro. Was it New York or Chicago, dude? But nevertheless, dude, like, dog, you got
probably all of it.
You got people that are displaced in California, bro. You got people that are all fucked up in North Carolina and shit like that, dude. So I mean, this is what's been pissing people off, man. Know what I mean?
So along those lines, I know we got a bunch of different things, but I think that's kind of segues off to one of the first points I wanted to make this evening was shout out to Kobayashi Letter. They do a really good job of summarizing and just keeping me current on a lot of macro events. So as a heads up on some of this stuff, deficit spending in 2024 was about 1.8 trillion. So that means deficit spending is around 6.1% of the US GDP. So if you look at the overall impact of government spending by way of how that might impact GDP, and let's hypothetically say we slashed out that 1.8 trillion of deficit spending, then we would probably lose about 9.4 to 10% of our GDP off of that. So just like that puts us in the range of something at least as big, if not outright bigger, than the GDP drop we saw in the 2008 recession. Yeah. So, how did we get here? Well, we spent like crazy. Obviously, money printer went burr. And honestly, a lot of it starts back in 2008 in a lot of ways. But regardless, where their choices are not good. It's spend roughly $2 trillion on debt and deficit spending per year at minimum, just to kind of keep operations afloat, or you have to gut all that. So no easy way out on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was eventually going to lead to this, Twinkie. We just needed to get the right person and not just start fucking pushing the foot down. It's just unfortunate that we got that person a little bit too late, man. And I think, if anything, Trump was voted in back in 2016, bro, and they knew there was a decent chance he would come back, so they amped it up times 7 as far as the spending went. And now we're at that freaking crossroads, bro. We have to make a choice: continue doing what we're doing, bro, or start fixing it, and start feeling the ramifications of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know we were talking a little bit off stream a little earlier this evening. You know, love him, hate him. I think one of the things that Trump really has going to his favor is, you know, knock on wood, he's an older gentleman, right? With all that potentially entails. But certainly, compared to his predecessor, his energy level is off the charts. And we've talked about this. It's really hard to keep up with everything he's got going on. It's just like every 10 seconds there's something new coming out. But he can't run for re-election. He's an older gentleman. He has really nothing left to gain from this in the grand scheme of things. So he's probably going to have the audacity and balls, shout out to Agent Big Balls, to do what needs to be done to set the country on a better path and for the years and generations to come. I think a lot of people wouldn't have the fortitude. They'd be too vested in politics. They'd, inevitably be seeking re-election at some point potentially, whereas he's got nothing left to lose. Might as well swing for the fences.
Yeah, not to mention that he's he's already he's about to be 80 some. I think he's around 78, give or take, bro. Twinkie, this may be the last boomer president we ever have. There's a decent chance we may end up getting back, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So a few other things too, kind of in the macro background stuff. So shout out to Dr. Peter St. Onge and the guys over at Zero Hedge. So there's an additional job revision downward on Biden's final jobs report of about 589,000 jobs being revised into zero. 70% of the jobs were in the government sector. And here's the real kicker. 99.2% of jobs. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. 99.2% of jobs went to foreign-born workers.
That is wild. And you're not talking about those visas, bro. What are they? Not the K2s or the K1s.
Yeah. Like I didn't read the full detailed report, but I was like, it's not Americans first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as of late, it never seems like it is, Twinkie. As of late, that is. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. That's the way I've noticed things, bro. It's not been Americans first in a while, dude. And I think people are sick and tired of that shit. Shout out to the first moon ganger in the chat, Brandon. What's going on, amigo? We got Hexes here dropping the fire, bro. Black Label Expat checking in, freaking from the other side of the world. My homie Ramirez. We got Smooth Brain. Make sure you monkeys fall in. Damon with his diamonds and fire. Mr. Burt, what's going on, dog? How you doing, homie? And then Betty, bro. I mean, we're gonna talk about this too, Betty. One of the tokens we are going to cover today is Hex, bro, if anything, dude. It's wild what's happening with Hex right now, bro. I do have the chart prep for that, man. And we got my other homie here, bro, Moonpill Rational Optics. Make sure you monkeys like the video, subscribe to the channel. I got Mr. Angry Twinkie's freaking link right here. Make sure you guys follow him on his socials as well, Twinksters. Twinkie, do you have anything to add before we move forward with the memes, homie?
Yeah, not a direct crypto thing. Occasionally, I got a lot of interests. Amongst them, there's some overlap with crypto and blockchain stuff, AI and health. You might have seen Boogie and I cover AXGT previously. Today, I did retweet a study that was about creatine. And long story short here, especially if you're in the trenches, if you're out there grinding, staying up late, you have really no excuse not for, if you can swing it, if you can afford it, get yourself some good quality creatine. It's been shown to help, it can't completely eliminate, but significantly offset the cognitive decline you tend to experience when you have sleep deprivation. So if you find yourself up late at night, grinding in the trenches, hopping on and off your computer or phone, trying to make some trades and swaps, you ain't sleeping too great, get yourself some creatine.
There you go, monkeys. I used to take creatine in the Marine Corps, bro. It used to be called Dimax, D-I-M-A-X. It was from Holland or something like that, bro. It was based on German horse creatine, homie. That shit was some good fucking shit, dude. Yeah, and they sold it to fucking Marines, bro. What did you expect? I haven't taken creatine in a while, though, Twinksters. The easiest way that I've ever taken creatine has always been in like kind of like medicine form, in the sense of like kind of like a doggone freaking teaspoon. That's probably the best way of doing it. I never really like the drinks, man, because that shit bloats you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the way it works too is it'll basically drive fluid retention in your cells, which is generally beneficial, but it also has shown it helps with depression and a number of other things, which has been really interesting to me. Basically, it's one of the few supplements where there's a huge body of data that really illustrates no net negative to it. So if you can swing it, get it. To answer Boozy's question, I use Optimum Nutrition Creatine Monohydrate.
Cool. You know what I do? I just eat meat, Twinkie. I've been doing my blood work, bro. My creatine levels have been pretty high, bro, because I mostly just fucking eat meat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Certainly, consult with a physician if you got any concerns about blood work and the like. But in general, there's really, barring other incredibly extenuating circumstances, there's no real downside to taking creatine.
Nah, negative. Talk to Dr. DCC, bro. He knows all about this shit. We're kidding, cats. This is not medical advice or financial advice. What we're about to dive in. You know what I'm saying?
Infotainment, edutainment.
Yeah, man. Moving forward onto the freaking memes, bro. And I fired these off as fast as I could, bro. Let's see what we got here on the fucking memes, dude. This was pretty good, bro. I think this movie was The Big Short, or was it Margin Trade? Margin Trade.
$2.5 million goes quickly.
You remember this movie, Twinkie? I think it's Margin Trade, bro.
I have to see the rest of this one.
Yeah, this movie's pretty damn good. Here we go, monkeys. A little bit of freaking stock traders, fucking Wall Street type people, fucking financial people, fucking. Here we go. We go live.
Did you really make $2.5 million last year?
Sure.
How did you spend it all?
That was quite quickly. You learn to spend what's in your pocket.
$2.5 million goes quickly.
All right, let's see. So the tax man takes half up front, so you're left with 1.25. My mortgage takes another 300 grand. I send 150 home for my parents, keep them going. So what's that?
800.
All right, 800. Spent 150 on a car, about 75 on restaurants, probably 50 on clothes. I put 400 away for a rainy day.
That's smart.
Yeah, as it turns out, because it looks like the storm's coming.
Still got 125.
Yeah, well, I did spend $76,520 on hookers, booze, and dances, but mainly hookers.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, eventually you moon gangers will be at that level. Spend with caution, monkeys. Don't get overwhelmed by heathenism. Have a schedule you guys run, bro, because your ass will get fucking wrecked, bro. And I mean wrecked hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right. Mom's jeans plus dad's jeans. You would think, they got a Mexican looking chick right here, Twinkie. You got maybe an Irish style looking white dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what type of baby they make together, bro. Mom's jeans plus dad's jeans. Fucking horse, bro.
That chick is lying.
Yeah, man. All right, man. All right, this is a little bit of a classic.
What are you doing?
This is pretty quick, bro. Here we go. Yo, so what is exactly that you actually do, government employees, bro? It's not all employees, dude, by the way, but it's funny nevertheless.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
They are pissed, Twinkie, with fuck shit Doge is doing, dude. They are losing their fucking shit, bro, with Doge, dude, because they're gonna uncover a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the gravy train is ending for a lot of them.
Yeah, and the thing about it, bro, a lot of the things that they're citing, a lot of things that they're talking about, Twinkie, Rand Paul has mentioned this time and time again on the Senate floor over and over again. But if your thing's not really politics, like majority of Americans, you're never going to hear about anything like that, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, moving on to the next meme right here, bro, since this is tacos and kimchi, bro. I couldn't find any Mexican ones, Twinkie, so we'll roll with these, all right?
Send it.
A boy, all right, let this girl talk.
A boy in my class came up to me and said that his dad told him to stay away from Chinese people. After I told him that I was Chinese, he backed away from me. Eloise and I wrote the song based on that experience.
So this is about him and all the other racist, sexist boys in this world. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mother love me long time, Sucky, sucky, fucky, fucky, one ton, Hong Kong, one ton.
You can't get enough of these fucking memes, Twinkie. All right, man. I had some other ones here, man. This is not really a meme, bro, but Hexologist did post this. 90% of staked on both chains now. And of course, he's referring to fucking Hex. I've been telling you monkeys, man, you guys need to have gotten them T-shares, bro. Now you can see that Richard Hart's staking the fuck out of T-shares, bro. and you could tell that they're going to be worth a lot in the future, bro. And going on with the Super Bowl yesterday, bro, it is correct. Taylor Swift did do the fucking meme. Look at that shit. Oh, yeah, bro.
She strikes me as very unpleasant in person. I know she's got this like great reputation for taking care of her fans and whatever, but then you see the pictures of her and Travis, and she looks very unpleasant.
Yeah, dude. Fucking shit, bro. And she's probably disappointed too, bro. From what I hear from Candace Owens, man, she's very it bothers her, bro, when people don't like her, bro. It does bother her a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming she's probably taking it pretty fucking hard. But I mean, that's the world you get into, man, when you start diving into politics, dude. Start diving into politics, man. People are going to light you up. I think it was that Dolly Parton a long time ago, man. She had said, bro, I'm an entertainer. I don't get involved in politics, dude. That's my job to entertain. As soon as I start picking sides, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that 110%. What we got here, man? Doggone.
Yeah. But I agree on that one. Like when I go to a concert or some shit, I'm there to like check the band out, and I appreciate, whatever they can kind of do and say as they want. It's not why I'm here. I'm not here to be lectured. I'm here to be effectively entertained. So yeah, there you go. I don't know, mixed feelings about those kind of plays.
Yeah, man, dude, I don't go to the theater anymore because of that shit, Twinkie. I used to love going to the theater when I was a teenager, a young adult, and a kid, bro. Not so much anymore, bro. They got to throw in their 2 cents as far as fucking politics go. We don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Stick to entertainment, bro. You'll do fine. You know what I'm saying? We got my amigo here, Zenith. Like the video, monkeys. That is correct. I see 20 people here in the chat. I'd like to see 20 likes. Also, fucking drop a comment at the bottom. Fucking Hexus is loving this shit. And then Lou Dog. Hey, man. Shout out to my amigo here, large and in charge. Now, Twinkie, I think we are ready to move forward with the Bitcoin chart, bro. Bitcoin's actually been doing fucking pretty interesting, if anything, dude. And I was talking to you earlier as to how this presidency, bro, really affects fucking crypto and the markets as well, man. So this is what we got here, man. Turn off this Bill Williams alligator, and you can see, Twinkie, that we're currently at about day 28 of the 60-day cycle ballpark, man. It's evident that we're on the 60-day cycle. And you can see that this white line here on the daily, well, this is a weekly line, but nevertheless, we're on the daily chart. You can see that it's a level of structure. We kind of sort of respect it, bro. We go a little bit under it, but we pop back up. Nevertheless, we always end up wicking past it. And sometimes we'll get a couple candle bodies that'll pierce past fucking the level of structure on the weekly. But I am noticing that we are trending in a downward fashion. And it's been that way for approximately... So currently we're on day 29. And it's been going this way for approximately 22 days. So my gut would tell me, and my gut is telling me, bro, that the market's going to continue trending downwards. And I would assume, it would be safe to assume, well, I don't know if you can really say safe, and I'll explain why. If we push it up to day 45, that would put us around February 27th. I would expect the low of fucking Bitcoin to come around this time frame, around day 45, maybe to day 50, bro, which would be around March 4th. Around this time frame, that's what I would assume. And the market does seem like it's trending that way. And it does seem that we ended up getting a fucking 7-day cycle high here on January 20th. And what else am I noticing? We do have 2 points of contact on this trend line going to the bottom. Actually, 3 points of contact. We got 1, 2, 3. And then right now we're at 4 points of contact now on the new trend line at a lower level. So I would assume that we're going to continue on a downtrend. But the thing about it, bro, you can't really be rest assured with what the chart tells you, bro, especially with this president. And that's not a negative thing, because this president, what he will do, he will fucking do some bullish shit, bro, in a couple days, and then boom, you'll get a fucking doggone freaking God candle the following fucking day, bro. Now, I would assume that we would trend all the way down to February 27th to the downside, which would be a great buying opportunity. And what I would do, I would start DCAing now. Because if Trump stops the Russia-Ukraine war tomorrow, guess what we're going to get? We're probably going to get a God candle to the upside, bro. And this is going to turn from a bearish fucking left translated cycle to a bullish freaking right translated cycle. Who knows? But I think that at least if we make it to about day numero 40, which would be around February 22nd. If we go all the way up to February 22nd, bro, that would be around the 40-day mark that we continue to the downside, bro. We're really going to have to get a big-ass fucking candle to beat the 7-day high, man. So I would say I would be more rest assured if we make it to day fucking 40, which would be February 22nd, that I would be rest assured, you know what? I can wait a little bit longer and put a larger portion of my DCA into the market. And I would assume that that's the way the market's going to take us. And not to mention, Twinkie, I'm noticing that the guys at the Moon Gang, Cultivate Crypto and DCC, they're holding off a little bit on the crypto mindset course. I think it goes live in about 4 days, bro. And they still haven't told us which day it may end up going live, which pushes me to believe it may be at the end of the cycle. Now, one of the things we can take into account is that we do have the 111-day moving average up over here. And usually that acts as a very strong area of support. And historically, you can see, bro, that, dude, we haven't pierced past that since October 2024, bro. It's been a while since we've been under it. And we only broke under it for like the last time for like maybe 2-3 days, and then we popped back up. The question is, will it happen this time around, bro? And usually, historically, I've heard other freaking TA guys say that around February is when the altcoin season starts. But this time around, it seems like it's lagging a little bit more, but nevertheless, we do have a president, bro, that can shift the market from one day to the next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, again, to your point, there's potentially some sort of peace deal brokered or some other creative plays hit the table. Now, as far as some of the overall trends and pumpability or not, food for thought, I was reading this a short while ago. My understanding, and to be fair, I haven't researched all the math and all the metrics and where they're sourcing all their data. If you look at Crypto Quant on Twitter, the claim is, roughly speaking, for over-the-counter desks, there's only about 120 to 140,000 Bitcoin left on over-the-counter desks. 120,000, 140,000. Wow. So if you know, Big Daddy Sailor shows up and does a mega buy, or BlackRock or something, that's it. OTC is drained in principle, right? That's the claim. Again, I haven't really dug into how they're calculating all that. Point there, though, is at that point in time, OTC is potentially, for the OTC desks, now drained out off the table. Now you got to try to find other sellers and or clear out whatever's left on exchanges. On top of that, there are, I believe, 16 states that have currently filed paperwork for some sort of Bitcoin or crypto strategic reserve. 16.
Yeah. So, dude, and there is a lot of states picking up. I know Texas has been working on it for a while. I don't know if Delaware has yet. Or
so we'll round up and just say that put 1/3 of U.S. states are working on some sort of crypto type reserve.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are adopting it. I think maybe the EU, bro, or the Western European countries are not. They said that they're not going to adopt the reserve, bro. But China is probably working on that, bro, and the rest of the world's working on that. It seems like the only one that's not doing it is motherfucking or the Western European countries, if anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, little Boosie Bert, OTC doesn't affect price, right? For the most part, no. From what I've seen, it does not affect price a lot. It's not directly correlated as spot Bitcoin, from what I remember hearing Richard Hart say, Twinkie.
Yeah, it's my current understanding as well. Is in general, it won't negatively or positively impact the price. It's basically pretty much done off chain is effectively what that is. Hence the term over-the-counter type deal. Yeah, I'm with you. You know, Germany going to take a giant L on the whole Bitcoin thing. That decision is just going to look worse and worse over time. Whereas you look at a small country like Bhutan, who managed to accumulate like $1 billion+ worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
you know, so yeah, you're going to see. I think you're going to see countries pull away. Like basically, those who are on the ball and made intelligent moves, they're going to pull away.
Yeah. We got Hexus here, man. He said, y'all still bullish on AXCT. I think it's going to do good, Twinkie. I do like the whole idea of using that ring, bro. That's one innovative method of moving forward with the medical industry as far as finding new shit on you. Now, remember, they still have the NVIDIA logo, bro, on their website. I checked it a couple days ago, which means they're part of the accelerator program, which means that NVIDIA intends to invest a lot of dinero into into that company if it shows promising results. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and let's see, who was that? Was that Hexus asking? If you look at the long-term trend since, I know we're not necessarily fully charting that out tonight, but basically since July or so, it's still putting in higher lows.
So there you go, man. It's moving. It'll move in tandem in time, bro. You can get it on ETH, and you can also get it on Arbitrum, if anything.
It's pretty bound to ETH. So as ETH goes, so too generally will that go.
Yeah, man. And Tegan, you are correct, man. RH coins are getting pretty damn interesting, bro. Especially his meme coins. What he did was, if that was him that ended up launching fucking doggone the meme coins on the fucking pump.tires. If it was him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have every reason to believe it is him personally. On that one, and quick side note, I know we're going to talk about some Richard Hart ecosystem stuff. Unfortunately, I've had to help a few people over the last few days who have gotten diced up gambling on Pulse Chain meme tokens. So please be careful, do your due diligence and position size appropriately. I've seen an uptick personally, just based on some of the chats I'm in, on honeypot tokens where people are buying into them. They look good, charts look good, and then people can't sell out. All told, between a handful of people, I'd say the minimum number I've seen lost is 20 grand. So don't fuck around with that. Yeah, especially right now, man. Like, imagine if you put 20 grand into like something that hasn't pumped yet. I mean, shit, even putting 20 grand into Hex or Pulse Chain directly. So be careful about what you're chasing out there.
Yeah, be careful, cats. Be careful of that shit. Now, let us move forward to the fucking eat the bugs fucking chart. Motherfucking Vitalik Buterin here, man. Now, wow, that is one convoluted motherfucker, bro. Let me turn off some of the indicators here, bro. That motherfucker is convoluted, son. All right, monkeys. This is what we got, man. Current value of motherfucking Ethereum is $2,672. I did mention a couple of weeks ago, bro, that I was expecting Ethereum to come into this range down here of an overlapping fair value gap on the weekly. This red box indicates the weekly fair value gap that is within the fair value gap on the daily, and boom, where did it go, dude? It came down there, it picked up a little bit of liquidity, and now it seems like it wants to run to the upside. But one of the things that I am picking up, for you monkeys that haven't known this about me yet, I've been using the Bill Williams alligator a little bit. And right now, whenever you see the three lines spread apart, heading in a certain direction, that means the alligator's mouth is open and is currently eating. I know it sounds funny, but that's the way Bill Williams had it set up, which means that we are trending to the downside. And unless we get oscillation, kind of like what we did over here on the side, that means that we're not oscillating. That means we're either pumping to the upside or we're dumping. And that's exactly what it seems right now. If we do activate our little fractals here, boom, you can see that the last fractal we got was a bearish one. And anytime you do end up getting a bearish fractal alongside being under the teeth of the alligator, because the green line indicates the jaw. No, I'm sorry. The green line indicates the lips. The red line indicates the frickin' teeth. I like to call it the tongue because it's red. And then the blue line indicates the jaw. Anytime you're below the red line or above the red line with a fractal, majority of the time, that means you're going to end up getting another one. It's not 110%, but this is the way it usually pans out. And you guys can end up finding the Bill Williams alligator here just by typing in alligator on indicators, man. Then you can get the Williams trailing stops as well, man. It does seem like we're going to continue on this downtrend for a little while more unless Trump does something extremely bullish. I did want to mention this. Shout out to my boy Kennedy. He's the one that always keeps my information up to date as far as World Liberty Finance, which is run by Eric Trump. Trump has been saying, man, right now is a good time to acquire ETH. But then again, me and Twinkie were having a conversation where Vitalik doesn't really want to update the fucking network, bro. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking, dude, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like we are dumping to the downside. As far as the 60-day cycle goes, currently it seems we're at about day 28. Twinkie, I heard you breathe there for a second. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, Vitalik legitimately eats bugs. Word on the street is he's got a girlfriend these days, and he said before he doesn't want to compete. That plus, we've talked about it. We talked about it almost a year ago. All the L2s fracturing liquidity and siphoning off traffic. They need to do something different. My concern here is Vitalik very well maybe and arguably is putting his personal ethos, and look, that's his prerogative in the grand scheme of things, above what is good for the people, the network, the investors. I've kind of half joked about this, and hypothetically, if something like this ever happens, it definitely wasn't me. But somebody needs to get a trank gun loaded up with some TRT and long distance dose Vitalik.
Yeah, man. Screw TRT, bro. That cat needs some Tren, homie. You know what I'm saying? Some Tren mixed with some fucking Viagra, some dick pills and shit. You know what I'm saying? Along with some balls deep from fucking doggone the Hodges twins freaking store. I think that would work great for the guy, bro. Know what I mean?
It would probably help out the ETH price too.
Yeah, man. Mixing those three, bro. I think you get a different type of Vitalik, bro. So it seems like we're heading to the downside, cats. You can see that it wants to reverse to the upside, but nevertheless, the Bill Williams alligators indicating that we're probably going to continue dumping. But then again, be advised, Bitcoin dictates the market and dictates which way we're going to end up heading in the long run. So if Bitcoin pumps, ETH will probably follow suit. Probably not as strong, if anything, bro. Now, you and I, Twinkie, have debated this a little bit. I've always argued the point that fucking doggone Normie's going to do what Normies do. But Charlie did make a damn good point, which kind of takes a dump on my theory a little bit, that the altcoin season hasn't started, bro, because there's no fucking money out there, bro, right now. People are so wrecked from the Joe Biden administration that they're still trying to make a comeback. And to add to it, Twinkie, I'm in the real estate business. And yesterday I linked up with one of my homies who's also in the real estate. I'm in the land development business. He's in the actual building houses business. And what he's told me is that he hasn't sold shit. And mind you, we're already knee deep in income tax season. I haven't sold shit. And I've already spent about 3 months worth of marketing, bro, in 2 months. And I still haven't sold anything. Plus, the market hasn't been moving the way Charlie has said, because the market's so fucking wrecked, because Joe Biden ended up or the last freaking presidential freaking group ended up freaking screwing up the market so freaking bad, dude, that it may be that people have no more money. You know what I'm saying, Twinkie?
Yeah, so along those lines, there's a few different things coming up this week too. So stay tuned, watch the markets. Shout out to the DGen Roundtable guys on a number of these topics. I know they cover it on a number of their streams as well. But you got Powell has testimony he's issuing this week. We've got core inflation for month over month and year over year. I think there's PPI month over month and some other things all forthcoming this week. So should be a real interesting conversation and number of reports coming out of the government this week. Also, some of the other stuff I'm watching in the background is for Fed-related activity on this. And if you look at the reverse repo, that's basically looking kind of down close to, I'd say basically getting close to all-time lows, looking fairly drained out, at least normalized to maybe like 2016 era US, 2018 era US. Not as low as it was during COVID, but approaching that. So it's been a long-term trend down. Long story short here, it's one of the precursors and one of the, let's say, proxy indicators we're using that potentially for when the Fed might end the quantitative tightening program. JP Morgan had a report they issued back in November of last year. They were speculating it would be during this roughly first half of the year. One of the requirements there, based on their estimate, would be for reverse repo to be drained out on that. So once that happens, and keep watching the Fed balance sheet runoff. Once that's done, that doesn't necessarily inherently mean, hey, we're throwing the light switch and moving over to quantitative easing. It is a good sign as far as liquidity coming back into the market. What'll really mark the beginning of quantitative easing would be if the Fed starts adding securities to their balance sheet. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. My personal estimation is we'll see how this plays out. There's only 2 meetings left in first half, so March or May for the Fed to say, hey, we're basically done. We're going to end quantitative tightening. I'm going to go aggressive and say they're going to do it in March. We'll see. There are only 2 official meeting options to announce it would be March and May.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense, bro. Black Label Zenith here. Some slightly bad labor data from last week got my eye on inflation report on Wednesday, man. Yeah, dude. Now, not only that, man, freaking Black Label Expat, quantitative easing can't come soon enough, man. Tell me about it, dog. Tell me about it. Now, Black Label Expat, I've done a stream with this cat, man. squared away individual. Myself, Twinkie, had a meal with this guy. This guy is an IT genius, bro. He was actually showing us some alpha on Instagram, if anything, dude. He's been consistent on my show here, Twinkster. So I will knight thee.
Hey, welcome to the gang.
Wrench Gang. You are part of the Wrench Gang now, amigo.
Yeah, BLX has been great. Yeah, one of the most consistent supporters. You know, I always see him popping up on my stream when I decide to stream. Active in some of the chats I'm in with him. Wealth of information. Yeah, cool dude too. So I know we had dinner one evening and got a chance to just shoot the shit with BLX and enjoy some food over by the Bellagio. So yeah, good times. Looking forward to the next time we get a chance to meet up.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you, BLX. We have to do that tacos, kimchi, and fried chicken stream sometime this month, Twinkie, when I get back from where I'm going to get back from. So, hey, there you go, man. I think that's one of the next fucking streams. Mind you, cats, let me drop a little bit of alpha, man. We actually had a little conversation with our amigo, RG3, and that stream is coming up as well on tacos and kimchi. I'm excited about that, Twinkie. You know what I'm saying? So we got...
Yeah. Tacos, kimchi, and what? Piracy? I don't know what we're gonna have to we'll have to we'll figure something out.
Yeah, man, pillaging or something, bro. That's gonna be a lot of fun, bro. Too. You got fucking what is he? 2 Gen X Marines, bro. On the stream, it's gonna be fucking fire, bro. It's gonna be fucking fire, man. We got Ricky Romero here, man. Fucking Q3 starting to take profits from crypto market. That may be the case. That may be the case, man. Somebody had dropped by that I wanted to give a Fortress. Shout out to you, amigo. Glad you're here, bro. Glad you're here. Subscribe to the channel, dog. All right, let us move forward, man. We were
can we tap the pause button on that one? So, Ricky, to answer your question, quite frankly, we don't know. That's going to be based on your entry, your risk tolerance, the tokens you're holding, like how much more headroom you think they have in it. I would encourage you to watch the markets, watch your tokens, and have a plan. That would be, I think, one of the big things. Write it down. Like, figure out what you think is realistic for your tokens and your targets, and write it down. And don't be afraid to de-risk if you're like on a 5x, 10x, 3x. You know, like, again, risk tolerance type stuff. What you don't want to do is be like, you know, just mentally saying, oh, I'm gonna take my profits on a 10x, and you get to that 10x. Oh, well, you know, we can totally do a 2x from here. That's like a 20x. And then all of a sudden, that's how you turn yourself into a long-term community member, round tripper, bag holder on that stuff. So come up with a plan. That said, currently I stretched out the relative indicators, lines, moving averages for something like Pi Cycle Top. That's currently right now pointing towards late September, early October, roughly speaking. But all that can change. Like we were saying earlier, you know, all of a sudden Trump does a my dick move and changes things for, you know, let's say for liquidity purposes, BTC purposes for the better. And all of a sudden those moving averages are going to tighten up, and then it comes in that much sooner, or something potentially lays it out and it stretches out. Also, don't just rely on Pi Cycle Top. So you watch the market, have a personal game plan, and execute. And you're better off walking away with some profits versus no profits. People who made it or did well last cycle, they consistently took profits on the way up.
Yeah. So, I mean, not only that, bro, you could always use Charlie and Miguel's method, bro, or the rule of 3x, 4x, and 5x, bro. As soon as you make a 3x, bro, take out your initial investment, bro. Or if you want to, you feel a bit more degen, wait till you get to a 4x or a 5x, take out your initial investment. Or pull out half of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got one quick thing too on that. So why don't you go ahead and finish that thought, and let me just queue up a screen share over here.
So yeah, that's one of the ways you can go about it, man. You can end up freaking, you do a 3x, pull out your freaking doggone initial investment, and then you're just playing with casino money. You go to a 5x from there, bro, then you pull out your initial investment from that. You know what I'm saying? And you play with casino money, and you keep doing it over and over and over again until you see things are tipping over. And if I was you, man, I know a lot of people don't really want to spend time, bro, but learning simple technical analysis, break a structure is super easy, man. It's not hard at all. And maybe if you just do a little bit more studying, bro, understand the 60-day cycles a little bit more, which is not difficult to do. A lot of beginners know how to do it, bro. That will help you significantly. And another thing you can do, man, is join Miguel and Charlie's Crypto Mindset course. They actually show you in-depth technical analysis, so you can pick up on the basic fucking immediate things that you want to go ahead and do, so you can take profits at the right time, homie. And I think it's something pretty important, especially if you've been here since Q3, bro, of last year, because we are approaching the top, man, and you want to be prepared for that. know what I'm saying? You don't want to end up holding your bags to the beginning of fucking 2028, 2029. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Twinksters.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let me re-queue this up. You got anything you want to add on the Ethereum chart?
No, Twinkie, it's the floor is all yours. I'm gonna let my dog
Cool.
go out
All
while you
right.
do
So can we get Solana queued up in the background? And I'm just going to throw this idea out here because I was swapping some messages with Tegan earlier tonight about this, just because he had mentioned something. I was like, oh, let me just kind of go eyeball it.
You want me to go ahead and throw up Solana, Twinkie? Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, let's move to Solana next, but let me throw up this chart real quick, just as an idea, not financial advice, but something for people to think about. So,
all right, I'll be right back, Twinkie.
Yeah, no problem. What I got going on here is the Solana to Ethereum chart. So this is a ratio chart, Solana to Ethereum. In this case, shout out to Walker, who you might see floating through a few chats. He's giving me a few ideas. Periodically, I will switch from candles to the line chart. It just reduces some of the noise on this front. So you can see overall Solana has been outpacing Ethereum. Let's say as far as the horizontal support resistance, we are sitting well above that. Let me get some shit out of the way here. And let me flip over to RSI over here. So you got the RSI. We are running potentially into a loose level of like a diagonal resistance on the RSI. We'll see how that works out. So if I kind of sketch this out from here to here real quick, we'll see how this plays out over time. I would say, one of the questions I would ask myself is, which do I think is more likely? Solana is going to continue to outpace Ethereum? Possible. I mean, it is, a fairly bullish structure. If you look at it, it's still continuing to put in higher lows against Ethereum. Or do you think Ethereum is potentially going to reverse course here and start to outpace that? It might not be a bad idea to consider a ratio trade in the coming weeks. I personally would not necessarily do all of it. I'm still pretty bullish on Solana. I know there's a big Solana unlock coming up. I think it's March, April, May timeframe. A series of unlocks will be the biggest Solana unlock ever, as I recall. Billions of dollars of Solana hitting the market. So food for thought, might want to try to get in a position before then. Am I going to cut my entire Solana bag? Probably not. Am I going to consider rotating a portion of that? Yes, I personally will consider it. I'm going to do a little more homework. Shout out to Tegan for prompting the conversation, as it drove me to take a look at this ratio real quick. And I'm like, okay, there's definitely an argument for that. So we'll see if it comes back to retest this trend line. Again, we've just consistently put in some higher lows for the ratio over the span of this market.
So boom, monkeys. Boom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, Twinkie, I just got back. You and I were talking about this. You're expecting a huge unlock, the biggest unlock in Solana history.
Yeah.
Around March or April, was it?
Yeah, it's coming up on the horizon. It's actually, I think, 3 separate unlocks that collectively will be billions of dollars of unlock Solana.
Yeah. Let's see. And speaking of, let's go over to the Sol chart, man. Now, Solana, as you guys can tell, man, is also doing a little bit of an uptrend, bro, as well, man. Kind of like how Bitcoin's doing, but it doesn't have the resistance coming from down here, because if we did point that as resistance, vamos a ver, if I was to grab this trend line, push it this way, bro, we've already kind of broken past that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But not by a lot. You can see that Solana did come in here, man, and it did dip into that fair value gap here on the daily. That was an overlap between the weekly and the daily, and it's starting to trend outside of that fair value gap. But one of the immediate things that I am noticing is the 111-day moving average is above it, which usually means that Solana may end up dipping a little bit more. Now, as of recent, it has dipped a little bit. Prior to that, bro, Solana does run on 20-day cycles, as per the cycles that I'm utilizing. And if this is measured correctly, it's safe to assume that Solana is at approximately day number 8. So if we do end up dumping or creating a new higher low or lower low, it would be approximately February 17th, give or take ballpark. Now, as far as the Bill Williams alligators indicating, it's more likely bearish, as I predicted, but you can see the trend kind of like wants to oscillate sideways, and the alligator's mouth may want to end up closing, but I'm not completely convinced yet. I am not convinced yet 110%. So if we activate our fractals, you can see that the last 2 fractals we did get are under that red line, which usually indicates you'll end up getting another down fractal, if anything. Now, the EMA ribbon is probably going to be, let's see what it entails, man. EMA ribbon has just flipped bearish as well, man. So if this is starting to flip bearish, that means that the market may end up continuing to the downside. But be rest assured, it may not be that volatile, because you can see that the turnaround here is not a lot of fanning. There's not a lot of fanning going on, which means that the market is still kind of like in a bad position, or going to the downside a little bit, but there's not going to be a lot of volatility. And you could see that we're kind of riding that 200 EMA here at the bottom on the recent freaking down that we did come into this overlap of the fair value gap. Let's check the sucker out on the weekly, man. This one gives me reason to believe to check the weekly on this bad boy, and check out the weekly, bro, as far as the fair value gap goes. So the not the fair value gap, the doggone EMA ribbon, it's indicating, bro, that we are still bullish as far as the weekly goes, which means we'll only end up getting a little bit of dump, and we are getting some fanning, which is a good sign, bro. So Solana may end up running again, bro. So that's what I got on Sol. Twinkie, did you want to add anything to this token?
Yeah, let me just real quickly show the unlock chart. I just threw the link out to folks in the chat. Let me just quickly share this out. So again, this is highlighting, link is in the chat. So if you eyeball this, you can see we've got some major unlocks coming up on the horizon for these. And in aggregate, it's going to work out to millions of Solana, which will translate into billions of dollars.
Twinkie, can you pull it up again? Let me remove it. Pull it up again, bro. I accidentally removed it.
Yeah, no problem.
I apologize about that.
No worries. So yeah, you can see the upcoming unlock schedule over here. You got a big one coming up on the 24th, 26th, March 1st. If you skim ahead, you've got a 500,000 coming in first full week of March, skimming through several 100,000 more continually through March, nearly 2 million in early April. So we've got a series of significant unlocks. Now, just because it's unlocked doesn't mean it's necessarily going to hit the market. But if you are watching Sol, it might be, again, you might want to consider making a rotation, or if you believe in Sol and want to try to catch the run up on it, maybe you wait for that unlock to hit to see if it starts dumping into the unlock or during the unlock. So there you go.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. We got freaking Ricky Romero here that asked a question. He said, do you guys think the bull run can extend into 2026 if we get a BTC strategic reserve on October through December? Thanks for everything. Now, me and Twinkie have actually talked about this. There is very limited data that tells us we're going to run that long. But with the way this administration is, that's not outside the realm of possibilities that we could end up we can end up creating an amazing fucking crypto cycle. That's not outside the realm of possibilities. But you want to bet on possibilities, not probabilities, if anything. And that's not financial advice. You know what I'm saying? So I would just run it the way historically Charlie and Miguel have been running it for a while. You know what I mean? That's probably the safer way to go around about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, Ricky, because I know you were asking that question earlier about taking profits in Q3. I wouldn't bank on it personally for running into 2026, but I think it's in the realm of possibility. Now, that said, conditions. It's going to come down to conditions. And so we have certain types of models and data historically that we are relying on. So when we talk like, Pi Cycle Top, a lot of us are looking at this one. It's worked so far. It doesn't mean it's always going to continue to work. It's based on, and I know there's a lot of chatter about power law conditions and will it adhere to that or not. And, shout out to guys like Leo Math and Giovanni and other folks. If the conditions change, like on a big enough level, your probabilities will change and your outcomes will change. So I wouldn't bank on it. We're sitting here, it's February 10th. That's a long ways off, realistically speaking. I think people have seen how quickly crypto can move and how, some of the crazy pumps we can get in here, here, there, it's gone. I'm not ruling it out. I'm going to continue to watch the market and just play it out, according to my game plan. I am planning on taking profits on the way up. I might take more aggressive profits if we start running harder and hotter on some of this stuff. I do not personally, under current conditions, I plan on selling out of 90+% of my crypto bags by the end of this market. I learned that in 21. I sold and I took some profits in 21 and 22. Phantom really saved my ass in early 22, late 21 with some of the tomb forks. I was gambling on some of that shit, 2 tomb, 3 tomb or whatever. But yeah, I learned just be more aggressive personally in my profit taking on a lot of that.
Dude, fucking tomb wrecked my fucking ass. It wrecked my ass, Twinkie. It taught me a lesson about liquidity pools, bro. And I learned that if you don't have time to be in front of your fucking computer, bro, well, at least spend some time a little bit more around your computer than what I do. Your ass is gonna get fucking hammered, bro, especially with LPs and shit like that, liquidity pools, man. So yeah, man.
Big Daddy Warbucks Harry A coming through and just wrecking faces when it came to the tomb forks. Just like, you know, buying tokens up and destroying them.
Yeah, man. We got my amigo here, man. Fucking Alex P, man. A little late, but ready. Hey, Alex P, man. Shout out to this cat, man. He's actually helping me set up some shit, bro. I might have to get with you, man, Alex, before my little trip and stuff like that, bro. We'll talk. Mañana hablamos o algo así si tienes el tiempo. But yeah, tomb forks were off the chain, bro. I really enjoyed those, bro. They were really fucking fun, dude. Somebody had made an interesting tweet here, man. An interesting post. Richard Rage Pump. Richard has had enough. He will force an alt season. I'm hoping that is the case, bro. Should be any time now, Twinkie, that the judge should issue her ruling, bro. They're way past
I mean, like they're not bound to it per se. So what they're referring to is somebody had mentioned it in chat earlier, and I saw it on Twitter as well. The ink emission rate was further cut down again. So it was cut down from 50% of where it was already cut down. So net impact is it's like a 95% reduction on ink inflation.
So boom, monkey. So there's a lot of shit going on with RH's system. We'll hit it up momentarily. Moving on to the next fucking token. Let's do a little bit of motherfucking Sonic, homie. Now, shout out to Twinksters. Twinksters helped me find. He helped me find this, Twinkie. I actually found, because if I go to my old Phantom chart, I don't even think it's here, dude. I think I removed it, bro. They completely removed the old Phantom chart, bro. And I was fortunate to find this Gate.io one where you can get Sonic, and it's got all the Phantom history, which is pretty a good portion of it, at least, of the Phantom history. And I was trying to prep it for you cats. You do see some weekly fair value gaps there that I do have set up, and some little bit of measurements that I did do. If this is correct, Phantom is functioning ballpark on 60-day cycles. So if my analysis is correct, because I did do this on the fly, we're basically around day number 8. Now, Twinkie, once I get back from where I'm going to get back from, doggone, and the market's still trending downwards, and what I'm seeing on the charts tells me that we're going to continue trending downwards unless Trump does something super fucking bullish. I intend to buy a lot more Sonic, and right now would not be a bad time to fucking DCA, bro, at 45 cents, dude. It is at a great value. I do know that Ijaz A1 Crypto, man, who's a big-time Phantom bull, he was actually a little bit disappointed, bro, with the founder, Andre Cronje, and doggone Michael Kong, for the reason being that they haven't been pushing marketing a lot, bro. I mean, the technology's there, but of what good, the argument he was making of what good is the technology if nobody knows about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a great technology, and it's lightning fast, bro. But he was a little bit disappointed that these cats are not showing too much face. But then again, I've never known them to be Twinkie, the extroverted kind of like a Richard Hart, if anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not even as loud as Charles Hoskinson's or that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Andre has posted and done some longer write-ups for Twitter on some of these topics. Basically, SEC was coming after him. Multiple governments were coming after him for some of the Phantom stuff. Yeah.
Andre? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he was just basically laying low for a lot of it, and that's part of the reason he stepped away from certain things. Now that he's back, more crypto-friendly administration in the U.S., we'll see if he's more vocal for some of this stuff. As far as some of the other things he's got going on, going back to our earlier Ethereum side of things, you can, I did retweet it. You'd have to go back a couple days, but Andre did post, hey, long story short is L2s on Ethereum are the reason why ETH is inflationary again. You want to scale Ethereum? We'll give you the Sonic tech for free, zero charge. We can 1000x your throughput.
There you go, man. And of course, ETH, freaking doggone Vitalik being the fucking pussy he is, bro. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to take his fucking dad. He didn't want, I don't know if he's just lazy, bro, or his mom's not letting him do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his girlfriend's controlling ETH. There you go.
That is wild, bro. The power of vagina, bro. There's a saying in Spanish, Twinkie. There's a saying in Spanish. I know you're a little bit versed in Spanish. For you Spanish speakers will probably be able to understand what I said. Pero there's a saying in Spanish, la panocha estira más que un tren, which means vagina can pull harder than a train. It's got more horsepower than a fucking locomotive. You know what I'm saying? And that is the case with a lot of dudes, bro. Especially dudes that don't regularly get fucking ass, dude. Know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, like I think Rolo's talked about this. Basically, like smarter dudes are more likely to overinvest in relationships. And there's a sorted study. It's basically there's a point where you're just too smart, really, to find a partner of the opposite gender, and it really impacts men to women more so than the other direction. Like I don't know, so 120, 130, your odds plummet. So anyway, shout out to Rolo. Yeah, I had the
unless you're Dolph Lundgren, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it helps if you're like 6'5", jacked and Swedish,
Also being fucking one of the main bad guys and motherfucking Rocky and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Did you know Stallone said, bro? You know why I picked that guy, bro? Because I was envious of him. He was taller than me. He was better looking than me, bro. He was smarter than me. So I had to kick his ass in a movie, bro.
Well, he got fucked up when Dolph hit him. Like he's like, I want you to hit me. Like he had to go to the hospital. Was all kinds of fucked up. I like might even cause like a heart attack, like a minor heart attack. Anyway, quick detour too. Like for people who don't know, Dolph Lundgren's a smart dude. Cancer free, as I heard too, after a multi-year battle, like very very recently. Extended battle with cancer, like multiple years, wow. And like finally got the all clear on that. He's got a master's in chemical engineering. He's infinitely more qualified to be a science guy compared to Bill Nye propaganda guy.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that shit, bro. Learning, what was his name? Drago in the movie? What was his name? Drago?
Yeah, Ivan Drago, yeah.
Yeah, Ivan Drago. Fucking, you will learn science from me and I will teach you good and you will learn Kalishnikov as well.
Yeah, Diamond Head. Yeah, his daughters are absolute smoke shows. I think somebody broke into his house years ago, and they saw a picture of him, and they were like, "Oh fuck, I'm out."
Why wouldn't they, bro? Why fucking
yeah,
wouldn't they, bro?
I don't know if how well he placed, but he also did full contact karate, not like point sparring, like full on Kyokushin karate.
Oh wow, man!
He's a tough dude. Like you want to talk about like Renaissance, like a guy who gets like the deck stacked. Like life is like this guy gets all the points. We'll give you cancer later on, but you get all the points now. Yeah, that was Dolph.
And then he beats cancer, bro. What the fuck?
He's a W. You dude's a Chad.
Yeah, man. Then he fucking beats cancer. Wow, bro. We got fucking Diamond Hands. His daughters are literal 10s, bro. Who did he end up having daughters with that one chick from fucking the movie?
I don't think so. No,
okay.
I don't think so. Like, what's her name? Grace? Was it Grace Kelly?
Is that her name? Grace Kelly?
Like was that the chick I'm thinking of? I think that might be it. Like black chick, right? Who was like in a Bond movie and she was a model.
Remember they were going out with that black chick that was all masculine that came out in Conan the Barbarian, bro? No, or was it Red Sonja?
I've drawn a blank on her name. Yeah, she was in a Bond movie as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. That's true, bro. You know what I'm saying? That chick was tall as hell too, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, little rant there, man. Fucking, it's all good, man. What's up, fellas? Catching the live video. Let's go. Thank you, amigo. Thank you. Make sure you like the video as well, dog. All right, what else do we have on our fucking agenda here? Now, you had stated, Twinkie, we have to talk about AI, bro. You had stated, Twinksters, that maybe you might be making a little bit of a position into hat. This is currently what the market is showing us. Hello? You there, Twinkie?
Yeah, still with you. So, yes.
Oops. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm contemplating like loading up on some more AI tokens on this, and I know there's some question about like how AI is running as a narrative, and are people rotating out of it? So who is it? CEO of Alphabet Company, I think, was saying like I don't know if it was Sundar or some other high-ranking official over there. Long story short, if you don't get into AI, you're going to miss the boat on this stuff. And I know there's been a lot of chatter with Sam Altman, DeepSeek, a bunch of other stuff. we're getting to the point where I think AI is the next major technological weapon advantage, being able to weaponize AI. Well, imagine you had the US AI turned against the Chinese and Russian AI, which I do think absolutely, if it's not already happening, will be happening. And you just turn that thing loose and say, continually attack and probe and evolve and try to get through their networks and hijack their shit. Yeah, you control AI, you control the world. That's my personal opinion. So it's coming.
Yeah. And I can see, that's one of the reasons I decided to go ahead and adopt some AI coins, bro. And one of the ones that you kind of convinced me on a little bit was none other than Black Hat or than Top Hat, bro. And I had actually guessed this a couple weeks ago. I had stated that we would likely go down here into this weekly fair value gap. Mind you, Top Hat doesn't have much weekly fair value gap. It's only got this big ass one that we're kind of teetering on. You can see that right there, Twinkie. And I had estimated that at minimal, bro, we're probably going to go halfway into this fair value gap at these two local tops right here, man. And that value was at about 62% of a penny. Now, it could come all the way down to about the shoulder of these fucking candles or to the bottom of this fucking range, bro. But I did set some limit orders around, was it 70, around 76? 76, give or take, around here, and a little bit more, one around 65, bro. I wasn't gonna wait till we come down here because what if it's only a wick, Twinkie? What if and wicks are too difficult to fucking catch?
Yeah, they rarely get filled for me, even with on-chain dexes and stuff. Sometimes they're just too damn fast for it to process through the dex. Now, I will say, looking at that weekly fair value gap that you drew out previously, some of those candles, there ain't a whole lot of support through that. I don't see a whole lot of weekly price action on when's that, the November 14th-ish, those 3 or so weekly candles. So we'll see how stuff holds up on that front. Z, as far as aping into hat, one of my theses was that this will be potentially outperformer compared to stuff like AI 16Z and virtuals. This was my third place pick on that, and I felt we could potentially get better return, better risk reward on aspects of that.
Now, let me explain to you cats what you guys see here on this chart. You see it's a little bit of a cleaner chart, if anything. You do see these stacks of dinero here at the top. Whenever you do have a double top or a triple top, immediately what happens, man, you start getting liquidity pools above it. And what I mean by liquidity pools is not necessarily what you see on Doggone Spooky Swap or on PulseX on the farms. It's not what I'm referring to. There's actual people that have fucking orders set there, bro, to either to sell or to buy. And you also end up getting these doggone freaking stacks of money here, bro, whenever you have a swing low or a swing high, bro. And I did notice that we came down here. We picked that up, and I'm assuming we'll come at least halfway into this fair value gap on the weekly. Now, if you look at the chart closely, man, of course, this is not trading view. You can see that I do have two fractals. Well, we have a fractal to the downside, fractal to the upside, and then another fractal to the downside. Now, the last one was to the upside, but nevertheless, that negates itself because it's still below the red line, and then things seem like they're trending downwards. Now, if we take our 20-day moving, our 20-day cycles on this bad boy, you can see that we're basically around day 13, bro. So we may end up starting a new cycle soon, or we may end up pushing all the way into day 21, which would put us at about... That would be around February 18th, ballpark. But mind you, again, cats, we cannot negate the fact that Trump can flip this fucking shit around, bro, just by a simple fucking tweet or some shit. But nevertheless, I am set to buy a little bit more freaking Top Hat. If you look at the chart here, bro, I remember that I was chilling this fucking coin at about 32 million market cap. And then I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to sell some of this. I sold a quarter of my position, and I'm waiting in to get in a little bit lower, bro. Right now would not be a bad time to DCA, not financial advice. If you were to drop about $100 into fucking hat, you would get about maybe 8,841 coins, ballpark, give or take. So it's not at a bad price. This is one of Twinkie's favorites. Now, Twinkie, when you threw all these AI tokens at me, one of the ones that I really did like, bro, when I saw the chart, bro, and Charlie really liked it a lot too, man, when I showed it to him, was this one, bro, Colin. And Colin, on the other hand, bro, Has been holding up a little bit better than Hat, bro. But mind you, it's not as senior as Hat. Or Hat was the originator of this one. Am I correct, Twinkie?
Yeah, correct. So Hat is the agent launchpad. It launched Colin, it launched Quant, it launched a bunch of other ones. Colin has probably gotten the most press, and this goes back to one of my prior statements I made on multiple streams. If you can pick the right agents, you're going to see much better performance than picking the launch pads. However, it is going to be very difficult to pick the right agents over time. I mean, these are just hundreds to thousands of, basically a lot of the launch pads are kind of the equivalent of pump.fun in a lot of ways, where you're just able to launch all sorts of agent tokens. So yeah, Colin it's got a unique pitch, Queen of the Swarm, so to speak, and it's got multiple sub agents that help her promote herself and Top Hat and the like. You can hop on their Telegram. You can see her interview with Crypto Banter. She's done a few different live streams to various degrees of success. So you can see how some of this stuff works. Z, to answer your question, it's about $1 million, I think, on an 11 mil market cap. So it's definitely, you know, in the higher risk category, but still very pumpable for the Hat side of things.
Yeah. Are you referring to Hat or are you referring to Colin, bro?
Hat, because Z was asking about what the liquidity is on Hat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the chart, bro. I didn't see Z mention that. Okay, cool. I'm glad you answered his question, bro.
Yeah. So in this case, though, but like that ratio kind of holds true, right? Like liquidity to market cap and FDV, it's pretty close. And Z, as far as meme coin liquidity pools, even on Colin, it's got some utility. You can hop over to Colin's TG and like interact with her. She's got what's the other one? Is it Retardi? It's not Retardio. I can't remember.
You talking about Colin?
Yeah, she's got basically like literally a retarded, super loud AI agent who is sort of her hype man. I think the dude sucks personally, but it works. Yes, retard AI. That sounds right, Z. But yeah, it works.
He sounds like one of the cats from freaking Insane Clown Posse or some shit.
Yes. But she's got other things too. There, like technical analysis bots and other machine agents. Yeah, Quantino. She's got like some hooker bot over there that has like been banned off of Twitter because I guess it got a little too provocative. But yeah. So like Colin's the ringleader, and everyone kind of reports into her, and they all collectively try to boost the Colin ecosystem. Colin's the only one with the token.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. So now check this out. Let me go ahead and bring that screen back up. Let me bring that Colin screen back up. Now, we had somebody here. Colin is back. Oh, Fortress is asking. Colin is back down, way down. Any future in it? I don't think it's way down. I think Hat's a little bit doing a little bit worse. You can see that doggone it barely broke its weekly level of structure, man, as of recent. And it took a while, Twinkie. What's cool about it? It took a while for this fucking Bill Williams alligator to start trending in a downward fashion, man. Now, mind you, it's currently at 8.3 million market cap, man. Not guaranteeing this coin's gonna end up doing great, bro. But one thing I really do like about it, bro, is that she's always on and she's always commenting. She's always very active. Of course, she had that one interview with Crypto Banter. I think she's got another one coming up, if I'm correct, right, Twinkie?
Yeah, I hopped on like the Colin solo live, which was being emceed by the agent's name was Cytard. Like it took me a minute to think of the agent's name, and it ended up imploding. I think they had some connection issues. Didn't go super well on that one, but she's active. Like they're putting her on tour as far as a lot of the virtual tours. So I think she's going to continue to do well. I think she's got the swarm, so to speak, to help drive attention back to Colin. Yeah, I think it's just going to continue to do well. It's right now, to me, looking like the overall, at least price performance, one of the flagship Top Hat agents.
Yeah, it's one of the main ones out there, man. Not only that, man, guys like girls with short skirts, bro. So, and she's got the whole fucking weeb thing, bro, for all the
the Japanime waifu.
Yeah. So a lot of people really dig that shit. Currently, it does seem that we're at about day 15 of its 20-day cycle. It could probably dump a little bit more. The next fair value gap I do see within a fair value gap is down here at this medium range of about 47% of a penny. Currently, it's at about 82% of a penny, if I am looking at this correctly, man. Now, if I bring it over to the weekly, there's really not a lot of data I can show you here. If you were to drop $100 into motherfucking Colin, you would get approximately 12,071 coins, ballpark, give or take, bro. Now, the last fractal I did get was to the upside, but nevertheless, it's invalidated because it's still below the red line. So we'll probably end up getting another fractal to the downside. But nevertheless, man, AI and crypto does seem like it's the wave of the future. Donald Trump is definitely pushing that. I think Colin may end up doing pretty damn well. Now, mind you, cats, we're not guaranteeing these coins are going to do freaking fabulous. These are just the ones that really stood out. One of the things I really liked about this coin, again, let me turn off all these fractals and this alligator and this EMA ribbon and shit. But one of the things I really liked about it, if you look at this giant trend line, let me go ahead and freaking make it a little bit freaking more evident for you cats. It was continuously bouncing on this trend. Now it's kind of heading to the downside a little bit. Now, if we do continue pushing this to the downside, you can see that our first resistance point where it's currently at would be around 1 cent exactly. It would need to break that. Let's see what it looks like with the EMA ribbon. I haven't checked the EMA ribbon on this bad boy for a while. 55 and the 200. Dude, it still hasn't completely flipped bearish on the EMA ribbon. Williams Alligator already has it down. EMA ribbon is still dragging its feet, if anything, man. But I'll probably be getting a little bit more fucking Colin, if anything, and a little bit more hat as well.
And so position size accordingly for the viewers. You know, I'm not necessarily stacking huge chunks of my portfolio in this. To me, Colin fits into like my own personalized AI index fund, right? I got some agents. I've got some level of launchpad on that. And other than that, I'm kind of watching stuff like Hey Anon, waiting for Codex Token, Big Tony, Wayfinder, just kind of keeping my eye on that, especially if we get a more significant dip. I might take a little bit more of an aggressive position in some of those things. Boogie, what did that look like on the weekly, by the way? It looked overall on the daily like it was doing a pretty good job of generally upholding higher lows. Obviously, you know, last couple of weeks or something, that's looking like a little bit of a downtrend. But yeah, how's that looking on the weekly side of things?
On the weekly, you could see that the next area of support that we do have on the weekly would be down here, bro, at this area of about 31% of a penny. But then again, there's still not enough data, Twinkie, to see how this token reacts. Because if you go over to Giga doesn't, even though you put it on the weekly, bro, it never fucking lands on the shoulders and bounces up. Out of nowhere, it just fucking runs to the upside. There's still not enough data to see how this coin likes to function. If it likes landing on the support zones before it bumps to the top side, Giga doesn't need that shit. I don't know about Colin.
Yeah, Giga's got 13 months, like 13 green monthly candles. Shout out to the Giga guys. That's the most insane chart I've seen in a long, long time. But but overall, Colin's still looking fairly bullish in the grand scheme of things. And again, just to quickly recap that, if you can pick the right agents, right, like it's a good winner. And so at is that 8.2 million market cap right now?
Yeah, it's at about 82% of a penny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that's got some headroom to run this cycle.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. It's 8.2 million market cap and it's at 82% of a penny. That's wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Full supply is out, so there you go. There's some headroom in that to run. Am I saying put your whole portfolio in there? No, it's sub 10 mil. A lot of things will kind of get jammed up at around 100 mil, 300 mil, and so we'll see what kind of firepower and legs it's got underneath it. But even if you can grab a 10x on it, well worth it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not outside the realm of possibility, Swinky. I don't think it's impossible for this coin to get to about 200 million market cap or 100 million, you know what I'm saying? If anything.
Yeah. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, on there. And it's the part of the risk you take when you start playing with lower market cap tokens. You can get outlandish performance. Side note, that is actually cheaper, right, than where we got into Giga. If you look at by market cap relative to performance. Now, the question is, will Colin continue to get that kind of eyeballs, attention, investments, which will drive green candles? We don't know. Position accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. A tag in 27. Boogie needs a hex ski mask. I don't think I've ever seen those, Twinkie.
Some months back, I tried to get Boogie to look at alternative masks, and
I'm not doing it,
like, just be real careful about the kind of masks you go looking at. Like, basically, inevitably, you start finding GIMP masks and shit, and like, furry masks and shit. Hilarious. Boogie was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck. He's like, dude, you look like a bad guy, bro. They're gonna fucking interrogate you. I'll take the interrogation. I'll take the waterboarding. I'll take the fucking waterboarding over wearing those fucking masks, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then fucking BLX man hockey mask. Fuck the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? As I said before, man, I was actually considering putting on a luchador mask, but I don't think I rate it, bro. It'd have to be a luchador in order to put on a fucking luchador mask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Like, a hockey mask for the win, I think is what BLX was getting at. But we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up.
Maybe for Halloween. Moving on to the final token, motherfucking Hex. And then, of course, Twinkie, I want you to drop that alpha, man, as far as parities going between Pulse Chain and fucking Hex, bro. Pulse Chain and Pulse X. You know what I'm saying? Now, look at that giant freaking Giga Chat candle, homie. You see that shit?
Yeah, Richard doing Richard things.
Richard doing Richard things, man. He's pushing that shit so fucking hard, man, that the EMA ribbon is wanting to flip on its fucking head from bearish to bullish on the daily, bro. One of the things that I did notice about this chart immediately on the daily is that if we pull back, this giant big green block we have over here is the weekly fair value gap. Within it, at the bottom, is the daily. Where did that motherfucking candle go? Boom. Right in between both, bro. Because that's where it likes its fucking liquidity, dude. Now, let's see if I have the 60-day charts on this bad boy, man. And, dude, all right, dude. This is going to be a tough one, bro. Okay. So it could be that it ran 45 days, bro. Let me check the low on this bitch. It is 99%, 99.26 to 99. Yeah. So it may be that this right here was a day 44 cycle. So we would make that a vamos a ver. Yeah, we would make that a left translated cycle because we did not compromise our recent high, bro. So that'd be, and you do see those sometimes, man, the right translated fucking 44. Sometimes you don't get the full 45, bro. But I mean, these are altcoins, bro. So sometimes they run a little bit different than all the other coins like Bitcoin and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So put that sucker as 44. It may be that we did start a new 60-day cycle and the high would likely be here at about day 27. So let's go ahead and put our freaking marker right there. Poner un 27 allí. Put a 27 on that bad boy and let us continue forward with the chart. So if that's the case, let's go ahead and take this measured move over here. And if we are on a new 60-day cycle, we're like about barely, bro, day 8, bro. So if this shit continues running to the upside, let's say goes up over here to about day 31, March 6th, bro. It could be, Twinkie, that shit. No. Let's see. The area that we need to beat for an all-time high, bro, which was from its initial launch, is 4 cents. 4 cents and 28% of a penny, bro. Right now, we're battling it to the upside. Now, we'll need to backtrack a little bit and start drawing fair value gaps to see what I see in the past, dude. But things are looking fucking bullish, Twinkie. Let's see what it looks like with the Williams alligator, bro. And, of course, I'll put this chart momentarily on the weekly. Twinkie, are you there?
Yep, still with you. While you're doing that, like kind of what are driving some of these different aspects for maybe folks who aren't in the ecosystem or kind of tuning in. So the emissions for ink have been drastically reduced. We said a little earlier in tonight's show, it's looking like a 95% emission reduction. So it's a lot harder to get ink now. In turn, people are starting to pull liquidity from certain pools and reallocate to certain pools because there's in certain respects, there's less of an incentive to provide liquidity. So the X factor for me, and I haven't done enough on-chain analysis on this, and if there's anyone who's like really deep in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, feel free to chime in or leave us a comment or it's not clear to me potentially how much liquidity is directly under Richard's control. Yes, Richard and can control PulseX and but I mean, as far as actual liquidity providing, is he providing 50% of the liquidity, 10%? That part is not necessarily clear to me. I'm sure he's done a halfway decent job of semi-covering his tracks while also leaving enough clues for people to find on stuff like that. But that is some of the aspects that are helping to drive some of these awesome green candles we are seeing over in the pulse chain ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah. And I took off some of my drawings here, Twinkie, because it was a little bit too convoluted. But you could even see the Bill Williams alligators fucking doing a fucking U-turn, bro. And so we're starting to run all the way to the upside, bro. Now, mind you, the last fractal we did get was a bearish one. But I think that's going to end up fucking changing pretty soon, bro. And I would assume that if we do get a bullish fractal, and it seems like we will, and what I mean by a bullish fractal is one of these little green ones here to the top side. Once we get one of those, Twinkie, it's very likely if this alligator turns to the upside, bro, fuck.
Well, everything. Look at those EMAs, right? Like they're all getting ready to cross over. They're all on the verge of crossing over.
Yeah, and if you cats don't know, man, one of the ways that you use the Bill Williams alligator to trade is whenever you get a candle that breaks past the red line, that's where you would put in your fucking long, and then of course you would adjust your fucking stop loss as you gradually move up. But this is a clear indicator that we're running pretty hard. And what's fucking weird about this shit, Twinkie, is that usually, bro, what happens, you get a little bit of this oscillation here. You see that little fucking convoluted oscillation that we're getting right there? You get a little bit of that, or you get for a little while some more convoluted oscillation, bro. It's very fucking rare, bro, that you end up getting a fucking U-turn like this, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so to me, this is me speculating. I don't know shit about shit. That is a result of aspects of the Trump administration coming in. I'm assuming Richard's legal team has said, hey, things are looking really promising. So Richard's going to start doing Richard things to drive some green candles on that front. Now, as far as some early predictions here for Hex, I was asked about this. I'll just give a quick backdrop. Assuming total market cap gets to around 9 trillion, assuming ETH dominance can get to around 16%, and ETH dominance has been struggling so far this cycle, that would give us around $12,000 ETH, give or take. So assuming Richard's down to, pump the chain and help out people, followers and believers, my conservative estimate is it's not out of the realm of possibility, and sure, whales will be taking profit on the way up. And I do see a scenario where Hex can be pumped to well north of $15. Doesn't mean you're getting out at that price. Does mean it would exist as a price printed to PulseX.
I don't think there's enough liquidity for that to make you, if anything. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Well, my Insano fucking numbers are like $60 Hex.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow, man.
Yeah. So I'll go the median and say like $37.38. Again, doesn't mean you're getting out at that. Doesn't mean everyone gets out at that, because people will be taking profits and price would get somewhat suppressed. So my optimistic conservative, and I'm more than happy to outline the math for anyone who wants to question me on this shit, is around $15.
So as for your super degens, bro, that fucking degen all the fucking time, this can be a great play for them. But for people that fucking actually know TA and shit like that, of course, nobody's going to wait till you get that far, bro. Know what I mean? So it would be the people that, like, they hold over regardless of how it's doing, bro, in order for them to fucking get out of that fucking price. Now, go ahead.
Yeah, and you might shred the chart too. Like if you got substantial amounts and you're trying to get out at $15, right? Like the slippage and the price movement could screw it all up. So again, this goes back to a statement I've made multiple times this evening. Take some profits on the way up. If you're sitting around waiting for $15 Hex and somebody needs to give you 5 to the face.
Yeah, man. And Twinkie, I wanted to show you this, bro. Check this out, man. I'm glad I brought it over to the weekly. On the weekly, bro, Bill Williams alligator's been running bullish, bro. And it was actually eating to the upside, bro, since fucking doggone, what day is this? November 4th, 2024. And you can see that the last fractal we got was actually a bullish one, which indicates that we'll probably end up getting another bullish one on the weekly, which is a stronger area of support than what it is on the daily. And, dude, we're already, the value that we're at, we've already got decent support down here at about 1 cent, 71% of a penny on the weekly. And we also have support down here at about 1 cent and 83% of a penny, bro. And it seems like we're continuing to climb up. Now, of course, the next area we do need to beat would be this area here at about 2 cents and 33% of a penny, bro. And then after that, we just got maybe 2 more bosses, 2 cents and 78% of a penny. And then 3 cents and 10% of a penny. And then, of course, you got the wicks, but I'm not going to really count the fucking wicks, bro, because, dude, whatever. That's 4 cents and 31% of a penny, bro. But it seems like it's fucking bullish as far as the Bill Williams alligator goes, bro. Twinkie, did you have those fucking ratio charts for Pulse Chain and doggone PLSX?
Yeah, I got the Pulse X one here. So let's see here. And let me get through this chart. And then, yeah, Tegan, I know Pulse X is doing some wild shit. It's the whole ecosystem kind of running on some of this stuff.
There you go. I'm going to add this to the stage, Twinkie.
Yeah. All right. So what we got here is the Pulse to Pulse X chart. And this is a long-term trend line I drew back in June 2024. I like dating some of my stuff. It helps keep me honest. It also lets me know, this is what I thought I saw. Was I really seeing it? Maybe it was correct until it wasn't correct type situation. Maybe it's generally correct, and looking for, potentially signals versus noise on some of this stuff. So anyway, so we're on the weekly here. You can see we kind of slipped below the trend line I originally drew back in June, but we have definitely recovered and we're punching well above it on the weekly. We printed a new all-time high on that weekly candle. What was that high at? Around 83.75% of a pulse on Pulse X side of things. So long-term trend line has us intersecting around early June. If we keep running hotter, we'll get there faster. So, potentially March, April. Side note, I know one of the ideas I'd been floating around was potentially late Q1, early Q2 top. To me, it's starting to look like it will be a top, not the top, but that is not necessarily financial advice. I would not necessarily bank everything on that. Again, come up with a plan, stick to it. Currently, though, Pulse X continues to gain ground on Pulse. It's looking like it's going to hit 1-to-1 this year.
Twinkie, I'm probably going to take a little bit of profits, bro, as we approach that fucking parity, bro. I think I'm a little bit, skim a little bit off the top, bro.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. I was debating, heresy here, selling out some Giga and rotating into the Richard Hart ecosystem because, still up solidly on Giga. Just, thinking about different plays and debating what I think might head where.
Yeah. Let's see which way the market takes us, bro. Yeah, I did get your text message on that, Twinkie, and I was like, dude, I don't know, man. Giga does Giga shit, bro.
I'm thinking about it, it's been one of the most outlandish performers for me, and it's hard to bet against, right? Like 13 green monthly candles. Anyway, a few different questions and comments that had come up here. So Ricky had that comment here about can Coinbase stop sells or the like. So Ricky, what you'll see here is sometimes the exchanges are suddenly out for maintenance or unexpected outage or some horse shit, so you can't necessarily sell through the exchange. I don't recall seeing your name here on any of the streams, so if you're a newer follower, we appreciate it. Get yourself some different private wallets where you control your own keys so you can move stuff around on your own and sell on decentralized exchanges and the like. That way, if you have your tokens, hypothetically, something like Coinbase is unavailable, but you need to sell out of ETH to USDC, or you want to sell AXGT or something like that, you can connect your wallets to different DEXs, decentralized exchanges, and swap to stables and or L1s. So it's on standby for when that exchange, the centralized exchange, comes back online. You only really need that centralized exchange to get back to cash, realistically speaking. So you could make moves like, let me park it in a stable and leave it in my wallet, and then periodically move the stable off my wallet to the exchange and then convert it to cash into your bank account.
Yeah, that's the way. I mean, dude, I do know that Phantom, if anything, bro, they did recently release the beta version for freaking Sui. The Phantom wallet with a P, not with an F.
PH, yeah.
The Phantom wallet, bro. They did release that as of recent. I had asked Charlie, what is the best fucking Sui wallet? He told me, dude, probably just the Sui wallet till fucking Phantom comes out with their own shit. The reason I'm mentioning that is because we have a question here, bro. See if I can find it. Somebody had asked if it's a good time. Oh, here it is. Nick Papa Giorgio. Glad I caught you guys live. Would you recommend rotating out of ETH into something like Sui or Sonic? Not financial advice, man. Not financial advice. Sui is probably going to do very well. Not saying, no, bro. Fuck no. I'm not telling you dump all your fucking ETH for Sui. I'm not saying that, dude. But maybe a little bit is fine. Don't do a lot. I would do like 10, 15%, 20%. I know somebody very close to me that did their entire fucking ETH bag into Sui. Twinkie, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yeah. To each their own, right? Like, I'm not going to necessarily tell somebody to do that. Nick, if you don't have TradingView, go get TradingView, and you can actually set up a ratio chart in that by using like the divide symbol on there. If you're in Telegram, feel free to drop me a Telegram message or just tag me and I can give you a longer tutorial. But there is a way you can set up ratio charts so you can eyeball stuff like that. Actually, personally, I was debating trimming some of my ETH bag into Sonic, not financial advice. That is a move I am very much considering. I need to go take a look at some ratios and determine whether or not I think that's a reasonable move.
Yeah, look what we have here, Twinkie. Let's look who's rolling in. Mother freaking Hex Monkey, bro. Shout out to you, dog. Great having dude. I had a blast with this cat up in Vegas, man. I love this guy, bro.
Yeah. Hex is awesome. Hex, I'll see you in a few weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna be back out in Vegas for the Pulse Chain Tour meetup with some of the folks from DGen Roundtable. I know Charlie Miguel will be there. March 6th through the 9th, as I recall.
Yeah, man. Is doggone Agent J gonna be out there?
I don't think so. I don't think that's part of Jay's plan currently. Maybe the DRT guys convinced him, but last I heard, he's like, until I fucking make it, paraphrasing, I ain't going anywhere. Monkey, thanks for that tip too on Spritz Finance. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. Doggone. Hey, Mr. Thomas. Sup, guys? Finally caught a live.
Hey, what's up?
With work, I'll catch the replay gang later. Hey, man, I took your advice, bro. When it came to the right piece of equipment, amigo, you're a fucking. This guy's cool as fuck, man. I like this cat, man.
Yeah, it was good meeting him out in Vegas.
Yeah, man. Is EHEX going to 10 cents? Thomas has the memes. Is EHEX going to 10 cents, bro? That is not outside of the realm of possible. No, hold up. Is EHEX going to 10 cents? I don't think that's outside of the realm of possibilities, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Peña. Yes, I've been rotating to Sonnet lately. Price has been very delicious, bro. I concur, man. I concur, bro. I might come back, bro, and drop a little bit more dinero into Sonic. By the way, if you guys don't do this, by the way, and dude, use a fucking treasure, bro. If you guys go over to beats.fi, you can stake your Sonic, bro, and they will pay you 5% gradually over time, bro. But there is a 14-day unbonding period if you want to go ahead and unstake there. Mind you, it will only, if you unstake immediately, like emergency unstake, it won't burn up your initial investment. From my understanding, what I read, it'll only burn up your rewards, and you'll get to keep your entire bag. There is a 14-day unbonding period, which means that as soon as you hit unstake, it's going to take 14 days for you to get your coins back. So
yeah, and depending how degenerate you want to go, like you could potentially stake your Sonic, take your staked Sonic STS, and then start to provide that in different scenarios, LPs and incentive pools and the like. Not financial advice. Now you're starting to talk about like a really degen flywheel loop. Proceed with extreme caution if you want to go that route. It is doable. I've done it. I don't necessarily recommend it for everyone. I've won some. I've lost some.
Yeah.
Ricky, to answer your question, can EHEX hit at least 10 cents this cycle? Is it possible? Yes. So I would encourage you to think about under which conditions does this become possible? And that starts to look like if total market cap goes here, if ETH goes here, if this kind of movement happens in EHEX, then yes, possible. Then you can start to break it down and go, this looks really unrealistic to me on this part of the chain or this sequence of events. Probably not. Or this looks very reasonable. Yeah, I feel very confident.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons I chose Sonic, bro, on Beats, bro, because it's just single-sided. I got my ass kicked last fucking rotation, bro, with motherfucking liquidity pool. So I really try not to fuck with them a lot. And if I do, it's only for a week, and then I just I pull my liquidity, dude. Like, fuck that shit, bro. Don't want to get.
You gotta pay attention.
Bro. Yeah,
you gotta pay attention.
And it's not that I don't pay attention, cats. It's Twinkie. Every time you and I talk, bro, what am I doing? I'm always fucking driving from point A to point B, bro. All the fucking time, dude.
Yeah. So like, you got to be able to get to that shit pretty much immediately, and then withdraw it. And now, okay, what does that look like? Either you're at home and you're near your main PC or crypto rig, or you got crypto on mobile. There's been some interesting toolkits and apps that have been published that have been swiping seed phrases on mobile devices. Proceed with extreme caution on a lot of stuff. Personally, my mobile wallet, I keep some funds in it. I wouldn't call it anything extravagant. That is so I can if I'm on the go, I can buy and get some level of exposure. Is it my main wallet? Absolutely not. Well, I'm not going to run that risk personally. To each their own.
Yeah, I concur. 110%. Twinksters, let's call it a night, amigo. Where can we find you at?
Yeah, Twitter is probably the best spot to find me these days. I've been retweeting and posting up some stuff on actually medical related information, since that kind of overlaps with some of my day job. Shout out to the Moon Gang, DRT folks, and anyone who's following us. Go get yourself some creatine monohydrate. It'll help with the sleepless nights. Outside of that, you can catch me in Telegram, socials. Occasionally, I'll do a solo stream. I'll do a solo stream or two while Boogie's doing boogie things on that, and keep the people entertained on some of that stuff. There's been some interesting developments in crypto and tech that I want to cover as a solo stream, so stay tuned for that one. How about yourself, Boogie? Where can the people follow you?
Well, before we get to that, you have a little bit of a fan here, Mrs. Jemmy. She says hello.
Hey, Jemmy. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, she says hi. We want more streams. Don't worry, man. You'll be getting fucking streams up the yin yang, dog, as soon as the time comes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. I will be back in about a week or so, give or take, maybe a little bit longer. But nevertheless, you guys can catch me here. And then we got motherfucking DCC himself. I'm always talking shit to this cat. He's always talking
it's all over.
Shout out to motherfucking DCC. DCC, we go live on the 14th, right? Not live, but I think the Crypto Mindset goes live on the 14th, bro. Make sure you guys hop on that shit. It is a crypto boot camp that you monkeys do fucking need, especially you brand new boots. And dude, you want to learn 60-day cycles, bro? This is the place to go do it. You guys want to learn how to fucking DeFi? This is the place to go do it. I know some of you cats, man, fucking are stuck on doggone fucking centralized exchanges like my ass was, till I had a fucking stream with this man here, motherfucking DCC, or over here. It's not till I had a fucking stream, a doggone consultation with him that he helped me out. He taught me how to do fucking DeFi on Spooky Swap, bro. Dude, this is the place you learn that shit, bro. Highly recommend you guys hop on the next fucking Crypto Mindset course, bro. It's going to be fucking fire. And from what I hear, we may be playing a little bit of the offense now. Mind you, Twinkie, this is the first time I've ever been in these uncharted waters before, man. Yes, I've been here since 21, but I've never been in this portion of the cycle. I haven't completed my 4-year fucking cycle. I'm almost there. I've almost got my black belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got a few months there. And if you dig a lot of what I talk about, what Boogie talks about, DCC, Dollar Cost Crypto, and his partner, Cultivate Crypto, Charlie, they taught myself and Boogie huge chunks of what we know. We might add a little bit of our own sugar and spice on top of that, but a huge chunk of what we know and what we've learned over the years came through going through that program. So shout out to DCC and Charlie.
Yeah, so make sure you guys follow those guys. In the future, be advised, cats, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my amigo Twinkie here, because we do have a stream coming up with BLX, tacos, kimchi, and some fried chicken.
Yo, that's racist as hell.
Hey, he's the one that came up with it, man. He said DCZ scary brown belt, bro. Yeah, man, I've almost got my black belt, bro. I like to call it the red belt, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we also got a stream coming up, bro, with motherfucking RG3. That's going to be freaking fire, bro, with the pirate. We need to come up with a name for that fucking stream. Fucking pillage and fucking grape and pillage.
That might be a bit much for the YouTube on that one. Do we know what ethnicity the captain is? We'll have to find out. I mean, we got to keep like the racist theme going.
Yeah, man. I was talking to him, bro, because I was in the Marine Corps from like 2000, 2004, bro. And dude, I remember that we didn't have cell phones existed, but there was no like cameras on cell phones still. So we had to fucking use those wind up fucking plastic cameras from Kodak. And then you go down to the PX, bro, and then you get your fucking photos. So I was talking to motherfucking what's his face, RG3. I'm like, what about your photos, man? You're an older Marine. He goes, yeah. Back in the day, bro, you actually needed film. Dude, like old generation of freaking Marine Corps, bro. And he's like, yeah, dude, when I was in, bro, we had the M16A1. We were barely switching over to the M16A2. And like, I'm like, dog, I fucking had the M16A2. And the last day I was in, we switched over from the woodland camouflage patterns into the fucking digital fucking Marpad. And it's a trip, bro, because a lot of my homies, bro, we're like in these transition periods. So he got the train, Twinkie, RG3, was under the command of some fucking hardcore fucking Sergeant Major Vietnam era veterans, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was there when we had some of the cats that went over to doggone freaking Somalia. I was under the cats that went under Somalia, and I was under the cats that went over to freaking Desert Storm back in the early 90s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to have a conversation with them about that shit, bro. And you know Marines get fucking vulgar, so Twinkie, it's going to be fucking fire, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure you will get hit with a strike on that. I see Monkey was saying that RG3 is half Native American, so maybe it's like tacos, kimchi, and peyote or some shit. We'll figure it out.
That's hilarious, bro. I'll have all of you want in the next 3 days. Hey, man, I'd love that, man. Este vato, Hexus, Cartel, Triad, and Pirates. Negative, sir. Negative, sir. That's hilarious, bro. We got some badass fucking comments here, bro. Fucking Black Label expat. Oh my gosh. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, bro. We will catch you monkeys on the freaking flip side.